G'day everyone, welcome back. Yes, I've already got this mounted on the lathe. This is a beautiful piece of jacaranda that is measuring 110 mil by 240 mil in diameter. So I'm going to dive straight into this little build, and the reason for this build in particular is because I want to bring a little bit of point of difference to the store that I supply in town. And what I will be making today, hopefully, fingers crossed, is is a closed form bowl. No, is a round bottom bowl. A round bottom bowl. And I've got that ready mounted on the faceplate there, 150 mil faceplate. I'm going to start with the 19 mil bowl gouge by Woodcut Tools, and we're going to get straight into it. I'm just going to rip it down into a blank canvas. Here we go. Now I noticed before I started, this has got a few little cracks going in it here. It looks a little bit secondhand, but jacaranda is absolutely stunning stuff. So if we have any good tracks, I'm going to fill it with some glue and some purple, because jacaranda, I'll put a picture on the screen, has purple flowers. A little bit more. Come back the other way. Just going to flatten off the top here, not reaching too far, because I don't want to get a catch, because if you go too far, this wing here can catch into it and send your gouge flying that way. Don't ask how I know, all right? Just to get a reference point, so when we do some measuring up, we can see where we're at. If you're ever unsure if you're running true, just put your gouge over the top, just the back of the shaft, and just see if you're not bouncing around. I know that I'll bounce around here, because that's where I've got to come to now. Riding a little bit low there. See the way I wasn't able to pick up that center point? Yeah, that's the... Now I haven't made a round bottom bowl in ages, so we're just going to see how we go here. I've got a crack here, I've got a crack there, I've got multiple cracks over here, so it's not looking the greatest. But I'm just going to start. I'm just going to start rounding this over, but I will need a tenon, and then we'll need to remount it later on. I'm just going to use a vacuum pump for doing that, because it will just be quick and easy, and it will get us moving along a little bit faster. Let's mark up, because you need a bit of depth with these bowls. So let's go, what's that, 100 mil there. What are we now? 100 mil, so what's that, 4 inches? And then we've got 200 mil on the base, that's quite nice. So 8 inches along the bottom. And for those that are interested, the troublesome ruler, I finally got another magnet up the top. I replaced it because it always falls over in nearly every video. So let's stop yarning here and mark up this tenon. The chuck that I'm going to use is just the shark jaws, because that'll allow me to get right around, but I'll have to accommodate for it. So I'll have to come out a little bit, knowing that I will round that bottom over later. And I haven't seen a round bottom bowl in this shop before. Right, so before I start, I'm just going to show you this little handy trick. Open up your dividers so you can slip your calipers through the guts there. So when the bowl's on there, you can bring the inside. I'm not an octopus, all right? Hello. So you can bring the inside. Got the giggles today, don't I? So you can bring the inside of the calipers inside of the bowl and measure from underneath the foot. Very important. Just going to get the dividers now, and I've got the jaws just that slightly open. I need to shrink this back. There we go. You want to be able to know that thickness right up until the end there, and I learnt this little trick off Glenn Lucas. And for anyone that watches my videos, I mention who I learn these little tips and tricks off all the time, because I think that's very valuable and important. As our beloved craft just gets bigger and bigger over time, it goes to the original person who sort of came up with that idea or coined the idea. These videos will be around for a long time, and I want people to know where I learnt my skills off, so then those people who watch, or you who are watching now, can then go and study off them as well. So it just spreads that knowledge around, but it's always going back to the original person who came up with it, or the idea. Keeps their memory going as well, or their ideas moving forward as the craft develops or gets bigger. Let's mark the tenon. Sort of got lost in my own thoughts there. Righto, left side touches, right side shadows, as we all know. No, there, no, there. Daniel will mark it up for us. Thank you, my brother. You don't need to do that, but I like involving my brother in every video that I make, as well as my father-in-law. So I'm not going to go too gung-ho here. What I'm going to do is just round this over, coming from the tenon, but I'll have to come up a bit into the bowl. Bring up that speed now till I've stopped getting vibration. Just going to come around and just sweep around. Trying not to remove too much material. Because it's easy to take off, but it's harder to put on. Now that will be rough as guts there. Watch this. It'll be absolutely rough as guts. And we're not worried about it at the moment because we'll tidy it all up, because this is purely to take the timber off, shape it up roughly, and get us to where we need to go, and then we'll trim it up. Now I need to visualise that I'm going to come around there at the end. So I'm going to take this off now. Just swapping to a 16mm bowl gouge, woodcut tools. Actually, I'll show you something. This is what the tips look like, and I'll message Dan of when I last ordered this replaceable tip, but I've had it for quite some time now. That tip there, you just heat this up, get a set of Stilsons or something like that and take it off, and then some Loctite glue which comes with it, and then that just goes over the top. And then they last for absolute ages. So just wanted to show you that whilst we're going along. Get a lot of questions about them, because I'm visualising that's going to go through the bottom there. Now I'm going to do a push cut. So I've got a little bit more to go. That's right there. Obviously we've got that little lump there, but we'll do another one. We've got a couple of little, we've got pith there. That might have been a branch. No, it's pith. Bit of a funky looking piece. And I've got a crack running through here, but we'll keep trucking. And you might have noticed that I didn't do any measurements for this. I just want to have a break from turning all those little bowls. Just let my creativity fly a little bit, go a little bit off the cuff. Yee. Just broke off the end there. Now come around to the back, make sure we got a nice little tuck coming in underneath that back there. Right there, and I'm going to leave that there because that's where we'll close it around. You can probably see that this bit of jacaranda is exceptionally dry. Probably not the best bit to demo with or to do stuff with on a video because it's so bloody punky and dry. But hey, we're not hiding anything here, are we? That is right, ready to go. That's what tore out before, see that? That tore out. That's annoying. So now we've got to come back and fix that. That's Righto, so now I'm just going to take this off the lathe, off this faceplate here. Knock it in reverse. And I haven't made it a round bottom bowl in ages. Right. Shark jaws, let's put him on. Beautiful. How's that looking? Not good. See the way it's got a wobble? I haven't got that seated properly there. Have another go. Is that any better? Bit of a wobble. To hollow it out, I'm just going to use this 16mm. I just want to make sure I'm riding on centre. Yep. Flatten off the face first. And that's why I don't like doing that pull cut, because you ride in and out of all the undulations. I like to get it flat first, just by doing that. I could feel something, but that's the piss there, so I'll take it down a little bit more so we're past it. You can also set up for hollowing here, so make these marks, and at the end dig the gouge in a little bit like that, and then that gives you a little starting point to go in. Did I sharpen this before I started? Like, yeah, I've got two, I guess. Coming in, close flute, open it up. You guys know what I'm talking about. Just hollow it out, son. Producing it, not a bad cut. Before I take all that out, I'm going to trim up this rim. Make sure I got it nice and clean before I go on any further. Yeah, I want to get rid of that though. This bit here, I want to get past that little bit because it's just a tiny bit of pith and it doesn't look right. See if we got rid of it there. Cool. All right, let's go. So I'm going to do it in two stages here. I'm going to use the 16mm and the 1/2 inch, what's that, like 13mm GL5, because I'm going to remove and then put this down and then pick up the finer cut tool. So we're not looking too bad there, probably about 20mm coming up. That's not leaving a bad cut on the inside there, if you can see that. It's nice and smooth. Haven't got a flat spot. I'll do a couple more of these actually. Let's take that bottom out there, so I'm not having to do that with the GL5. Come down, climb up the wall, and then stop there, because otherwise I'll come parallel to the tool rest. So I don't want that. We'll take it down a bit more. And now, because where I'm positioned here, if I put my head in the way, you're not going to be able to see. So I'm looking down as I'm cutting on the opposite side, because otherwise I'll be doing these ones and you'll not enjoy the video. So I'm getting a little bit of an undercut rim there. I'm going to do another pass with this GL5, but I felt like it needed a little bit more support just there like that. And I am going to have to come over a little bit here. Be careful not to chuck your hand in there when there's heaps of shavings, because it'll catch your hand. That's leaving a nice finish, that, honestly. I can't complain with that finish. So that finish there off the gouge is nice and cleanly cut. Now I'm going to work my way around the bottom with the 16mm and then pick up that GL5, or I'll just use the bottom bowl gouge actually. Now if you weren't able to get like a finish or get a cut in around there because you can't stretch your arm out or something like that, just use a big bulky round nose scraper, or a, you know, if you've got a little French curve scraper or something like that, a scraper, and just use that. But I would just do really light cuts. So that'd be my go-to. If I couldn't get my arm stretched out all the way out here, I'd just pick up a scraper. This jacaranda is super soft. We'll check our thickness there. That's what we're after. So that thickness there, that there is about 7mm. So 7mm in the side of the wall here. Some people might say, oh, young whippersnapper, get that thickness down, son. But no, I will not. Righto, so I've got the GL6 here, M42 steel, Glen Lucas bottom bowl gouge, 19mm or 5/8, and I'm going to come across the bottom here now and trim that up. So I need to sort of get my head down with you. So just taking light cuts there. That was not a light cut, my apologies. Let's sand it up. So the moment of truth, let's give it a go. See how this goes. Stop it, Kez. Stop it. Got to center it up though, obviously. Center that up. Balancing the bowl. Bring the tool rest over, because I want to be able to shape this up now without having too much dramas. Just small little movements. And I've got my thumb there because I can see the big gap and a small gap, and wherever it's out of round. Another good way is just touching it. So put your finger on the bowl, and wherever it's not touching, you know it's out of round. Well, it needs to move, or there's a lot of pressure. I could get my tailstock and just put a cone center in there, bring the tailstock up, because I think there's a point on the back of this bowl still from where it was mounted, or where I cut it earlier, and see if that's lying to us. No, that's pretty good. Righto. So see if this is going to hold nicely, because jacaranda is a very light timber, so this is going to be pretty exciting. And hopefully I've left enough in the bottom. Let's start turning. Getting a bit dramatic now. Let's make sure it doesn't come flying off. Bit of safety first. Just a bit of light pressure there. I'm not going to sink that right down. Okay, back to the 16mm. Did that just straight off the bat just moved? A bit more pressure. I've got this little felt little thing here, so I'm just going to put that on there just so I don't have to push too hard with the pin and draw too much pressure in there. Now I'm just going to cut along here. And I know it's not exact, but I'm just following my eye as I go around. I'm just making it round. You could probably buy a jig or something, I don't know. Sanding a little bit thin there, isn't it? Oh, let's have a check here, hold on. That's sounding ungodly thin. So I'm just gonna check that. Okay, no, we're good, we're good. I thought that was getting really thin. Now I'll just use my little tailstock there, and the outside point of that felt to just line that up. Just gonna come around here. I want to take this off. So I'm just going to turn that speed down now, and I'm just going to trim this down. And no, that's right, that's why I don't trust my vacuum pump. It's good for those little bowls, not good for this. Oh. That was bound to happen, wasn't it? I will finish you. I will finish this. My thumb is just keeping the tool on the tool rest. I'm holding the tool by my side and I'm putting a lot of pressure with my right hand to keep that tool down low and in position. And I'm just taking little itty bitty bites. Don't do this if you don't feel comfortable, obviously. Clean that bit. Let's sand this up. Alright, so I'm going to use this Osmo hard wax oil finish, and the beauty about this stuff is that you can just put a coat on, not worry about sanding or anything in between, and then apply another coat if that's as per the species or the directions of which one you buy. Not sponsored by any of this stuff. In the entire video, the only company that backs me is Woodcut Tools in New Zealand. So I just wanted to make that clear. And when you're out and about, and you know everyone's going with sort of the wooden little cutlery, pick up a few of those extras. I carry heaps in the truck, so they always come in handy. But this stuff is awesome, this stuff. I believe it's designed in Germany. We'll get this oil on here. And I've got two cloths, one to hold it, the other to put it on with. Oh, Kez. That's probably actually gonna be enough, you know what I mean? Start by putting it on the inside, because that'll be a lot easier to apply it all the way around. And the reason I'm going with this Osmo hard wax oil is because I want it to penetrate into the fibres a fair bit more, and I want it to be a quicker finish because I need to get this into the store in town. Dries overnight, ready to go, another coat, bang, off it goes. Food safe, they put it on children's toys, but the one thing you want to make sure is when you put it on is that you wipe any of the excess off. Have a look at this, watch this. I've been playing around with it a little bit. Pretty cool. So that's all on the inside there now, and you can just see that it leaves its natural sort of colour as well. It doesn't darken it or anything. And I don't want to go, it says gloss, but I can always just sort of, it doesn't go super glossy. I've got it on some other pieces and it doesn't go super duper glossy. Now I'm going to use this other piece. I'm going to use this other piece here now. Oh, let's get this out. Jeez, all my stuff's getting really... Oh, mate, struggling in life. So what didn't work with this project is using the vacuum pump in the end there. That really didn't work. But how to go around it, if you don't have a vacuum pump, just use a jam chuck. I've made a video about jam chucks and ways to put stuff on the lathe, but that will help you put stuff like this, really odd pieces, back on the lathe so you can take the foot off. I could have used the soft pad as well to take the foot off, so that would have been another way, or expand the jaws on the inside and then go about it that way. But I went with the vacuum pump just because I've got it and I actually need to set it up. I'll leave it set up because I've got to hit the other bowls and plates and stuff that I'm taking in with a bit of sandpaper or a bit of steel wool. I'm just going to put a little bit around that rim there because I forgot to put it on around there, and I've got a little mark there. Oh, that's from, don't tell me that's from when I hit that bloody tool rest. Oh, Kezza. I have to lightly sand that off. But whilst we're sitting here having a yarn, if you know anyone out there that would like my videos or appreciate what I get up to and is just up for a bit of a no frills wood turning and having a bit of fun, my style of videos that are good quality in pictures and video and stuff like that, please forward or send my videos to them, share them around with people. If you see people in comments on forums that are having dramas with whatever their wood turning projects are, share my videos with them. I don't mind at all, because if you believe that I can help them out, that's all I need to know. You can share them as much as you want, and I'll always try and be my genuine self in all my videos and deliver good quality videos all the time and provide value. So I always want to provide value to you in all my videos, in no matter what I do. That's my main goal, my main aim of all my videos. But there you have it, a little closed form round bottom bowl. Little beauty, isn't it? Have a look at that, little cutie. Thanks so much for watching. This video here will show you other ways of how to remount your bowls on the lathe if you're having dramas and you don't have a vacuum chuck like I just spoke about. I will talk to you all directly. Cheers.